Hi, welcome to my video. It's a slightly different one again, just because I'm needing to fit other things in, finding a routine, so I will do, but I didn't want to disappoint on some of the free content that I put out, which is the daily energy readings that I put out. So where I pick up on the energies of the day, feel them out, and then back them up with tarot and bring the story to you. It's up to you to be discerning right here with whatever resonates with you. Keep it, use it. Let the train go by. Keep it, use it, let it guide you, let it inspire you as it should. But then, you know, whatever doesn't resonate with you here, if you're trying to play with it here in your mind, stop that, let it go, leave it for somebody else. And that's for when you're listening to any kind of reader that is giving you any kind of guidance, especially when it's general. So this is for the 2nd of June 2020, and there's difficult energies. There's difficult energies that everybody's finding themselves in, and this was the importance of not being complacent in the lead up to this reset, in the lead up to this pause, doing the inner work, doing the grounding, clearing out the things that don't resonate with you and your life and your soul's journey. So for a lot of people who have been a bit complacent, you know, just chasing after one thing or the other, or living very much in the 3D, are really struggling right now and spiraling, because it seems like there's a lot coming at them, and there is, because everything's built up over time. And so the first card is this 6 of Cups. So this speaks of ties to the past, ties to people from your past that may be still in your present now, but there's deep roots in the past there of experiences, loyalty, just living through those certain experiences. But today it's a difficult one in that there's certain enlightenment. The Sun card is coming out, and this is your invitation from this major arcana to really be invited to rise above the 3D, even if that means rising above relationships that you're in, jobs that you're in, and really strip away and do what Edgar said, you know, to sit and breathe and strip away. If you weren't so concerned about this person's judgment or problems, if you weren't so concerned about this money issue, if you weren't so concerned about your car, go through the list and try and pretend for one moment that that's all gone and it's just you in the room. Try and listen to what your heart says is your direction. Try to listen to your body as you release those certain things, how much relief you feel. Help you measure out whether you still resonate with that person, that thing, that environment. The Sun card asks you, just like this tree above me, to be brave and reach above into new spaces that you haven't been before, to become even more enlightened, to have even more expansion, even more leaves to absorb the sun, so to speak. And it does take bravery to lift yourself up out of the 3D, lift yourself up out of the 3D responsibilities. What label, what role have you found yourself in through being complacent and doing what other people want to do rather than what you're led to do from here, your soul's journey. And try and listen to the Sun's energy to find the importance of this journey, that you are feeding into the collective consciousness, to the history of where we are, this whole cosmos, feeding into, almost like uploading information constantly to this collective consciousness. So if we aren't in the right direction in our private lives, if we are compromising, being a martyr, being a victim, we are going to find ourselves spiraling. But if we are found in those situations and we manage to just lift ourselves above the 3D, the twittering on in your ear, the arguments, everything, if you manage to just lift yourself above that, you will find that actually nature has to offer peace. Nature has to offer harmony, and if we can find that within ourselves and in our own lives, no matter how difficult it might be to break away from certain chains, if we can do that, then we are feeding into the collective consciousness. We are part of the feeding in of that information to say that this is what we'll accept, this is all we'll accept, this is that we want to live without control, without manipulation, either from outside forces with governmental bodies or in our home lives. And so speaking of that, is we are all part of, if you find yourself in the situation where you don't feel like you belong, even in your own home you feel like a stranger, if you find yourself, like many, in that situation, then we are feeding, we are part of, and I've been part of it in the past also, we are part of feeding into the collective consciousness consent to be controlled, to be manipulated, to be chained and to be held, either emotionally, physically or spiritually, or all of the above. So reach for that stone, take that invitation from the universe, from the cosmos. There's huge changes happening now. The planets have come around and said, this is enough, this is reset time, this is, where do you want to choose? What side of this planet do you want to fall on? All of the planets have various different aspects and attributes, and they also have a shadow side and a light side, in that what each planet that's in this weird alignment that we'll probably not see again. I don't think we will. I don't know enough to say for sure, but I'm sure that's what I've learned so far, is that there's real, what side of the planet do you want, what kind of reality do you want after this? What kind of reality do you want for your children? What kind of reality do you want for your nieces, your nephews? Because what you're doing in your private life, you better believe it is all having an impact on what we all experience as a collective. So the last card is this Eight of Swords. So this is hard. This really speaks to the Six of Cups, in that you find yourself in relationships with bonds that feel so hard to break. They were made in a different time, in a different world almost, and you've grown and expanded from that, but then there's this misplaced loyalty, this misplaced the stuckness with this Eight of Swords in reverse, in that it you feel trapped, you feel burdened. And this card, again, just like the Sun card, is asking you to lift yourself above the 3D niggly things, the problems, and not look too far ahead in 3D. Only look far ahead in your heart of where you want to see yourself. Don't think about how you're going to get there yet. Don't think about how the cards will fall, so to speak, in the process of doing that. Just think about and concentrate and focus your energy and your intent on what you want your end result to be, in relationships, in business, just in life in general. And please take time to consider the future generations, my children, your sisters, your brothers' children. Take time to look at your loved ones, and if you can't have the strength to do it for you right now, then do it for them, because this is your time to recognize that you are directly a part of what we all will experience as a reality through this collective conscious pool, this creative source pool that we all keep feeding into and dipping into and drawing from and giving back to. So it really is a circuit board, and are you going to short the circuit? Are you going to stop that energy flow? Are you going to block change? Because you're doing so by being complacent in your personal life. You're doing so by not following your heart in your personal life, your personal desires, your soul's journey, nobody else's. The right people, when you do the right thing by your heart, just are around. It just happens. It is what it is. The universe is brilliant like that. It brings balance. Just like the birds drop the seeds just in right places, for them to grow. There's a circuit board. There's circuit boards within circuit boards in our reality. A reciprocity. Everything needing the other thing to do its role in order to fulfill the next role in the most optimum way. So on the bottom of the deck is this Ten of Swords. So it's difficult. It's really difficult. I'm not saying it's easy at all. I've been there, done that, and I'm still doing it in my own way. I'm being challenged in my own way. And this is where the test is, of all of the inner work that you've been learning about, all of the spirituality that you've been learning about. This is where the test is. It's no good knowing it just when times are good. This is when you test how much you've learned. This is your exam. When you're feeling like this, if you resonate with this, the challenges that we are facing right now and in their extremes, depending what extreme you're facing, depends on how much inner work you have neglected to do, or how much of your inner grounds you've neglected to maintain. And to some varying extent we all have. So it's up to us and how we've lived thus far as to how much work we have to put in now. But put in the work, reach for the sun. The sun card keeps coming out. This is time. Don't waste it. Don't miss this train. Jump on it. Follow your heart, follow your desires. This is like a call. It's so important. This is going to sound really dramatic, but it's like a call to war. But it's like a war with ancient knowledge, in knowing this stuff, that we create the reality, and as individuals we all feed into this, where the collective consciousness, where the collective reality falls, and so we all need to start playing our part and start being true to our hearts, not this that has been manipulated for so long with the roles, the labels, the rules, the laws. Everything's up for grabs right now, so grab it while you can, or maybe not have a chance to grab it again in your lifetime. There's always an opportunity for growth and expansion, but this is huge. This is an invitation from the universe to say we'll support you in this way. These beings, these planets, the circuit board is firing up. Don't break the chain, don't break that energy flow by conforming to any kind of control in your personal life, or any kind of control or manipulation from the outside, from the governments that have failed us so much and haven't been our friends. It's time to be our own friend, connect with the right people that we can feed from energetically, that lift us up, that hold space and time for us. Tribes will be found. So much love. I hope that helped. I hope that guided or inspired you on your day. It's a tough day if this resonates with you. If you would like a private reading with me, you can book with any of the details below. Until next time, don't miss the train. Until next time, much love. Be balanced and be whole always. Mwah. Love you.